Today on Torch TV, we take a look at the Columbus North Game Day Cheer and their journey to Nationals competition.
We'll also be taking a look at the first robotics event hosted in Columbus.
And Nomad and its impact it's making on teen entrepreneurs in Columbus. All this and more on Torch TV. Hello and welcome back to another edition of Torch TV. I'm your host, Jack Burbank, and alongside to me today is Elena Scholl. How are you doing today, Elena?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty excited for Stone Cold to come back to WrestleMania this weekend. And with that, let's get into today's stories. Plenty of foreign exchange students happen to call East their home every year. This year, East is hosting Ivan Bondar, a student from Ukraine, which is a country that is currently at war with Russia. Ivan's mother is living in Ukraine and could use assistance during the current crisis. Along with Ivan's family, countless others could use support as well. If you have any interest in donating to support the people of Ukraine, check out the information provided on the East It's Learning homepage.
Recently, the Columbus North Game Day Cheer team traveled to Disney World to compete against teams all across the U.S. for the national competition.
Is cheerleading really a sport? If you ask the Columbus North Game Day cheerleading team, it definitely is. Columbus North's premier competitive cheer team is composed of girls on the freshman, JV, and varsity teams.
Game day is like a competition cheer where we just focus on one routine and we just practice that and then we compete just that routine.
While the team had been working hard, Disney was still a big goal, especially with it being the first year North has had a game day team.
We have been a competitive team before, but it's been a few years since that's happened, but we're excited to get back into the competitive scene and really showcasing what we do well, which is cheering at games.
So we were really excited to get to nationals, and that was just our biggest goal that we had, and so it means a lot to us.
I did not expect us to get to nationals our first year just because we didn't know what to expect and the amount of work that was going to have to be put into it, but seeing the girls progress and improve each and every practice made this become a reality. And so really proud of their hard work and dedication.
At the beginning of their competition season, the game day team got a bid, meaning they were soon to be hitting the road for the national competition held in Disney World.
Nationals is really an experience within itself. It's hard to describe. It's the biggest showcase in cheerleading. You're out there with teams from all over the country and getting to meet people and tons of cheerleaders. So the atmosphere is just really inviting and energetic. When you're there and you step out onto that, it all comes down to that one moment that you've worked so hard for.
With this in mind, North Game Day was prepped and ready to take on the big stage at Nationals. For their division, they earned the top score in Indiana.
Seniors, don't miss out on these scholarship opportunities that are ending soon. The Barcons Federal CU Scholarship is open to account members. Registration closes tomorrow, Thursday, March 31st. The William Keller Scholarship is a renewable scholarship open to STEM majors. Applications are also closed tomorrow, Thursday, March 31st. Any runners can apply for the Columbus Running Club Scholarship. Registration closes this Friday, April 1st.
This Saturday, April 2nd, the Indiana Immunization Coalition will be hosting an immunization clinic in the Taylorsville Elementary School cafeteria from 9 to 11 a.m. The clinic offers all CDC recommended vaccinations for free, even for those without insurance. For more information, visit vaccinateindiana.org.
Last spring break, there was a first robotics competition held at East. This was the very first time a robotics event was hosted in Columbus, with this event's emphasis on sustainability. Teams from all across Indiana came down to compete with their robots in the Orange Pit. In each round, teams were placed in alliances of 3, and each alliance tried to score as many points as possible. Points were scored by robots completing tasks such as shooting foam balls into goals and climbing on monkey bars. After 2 days, the alliance that won the most matches was crowned the event winner. Though the event took 2 days, students and spectators were entertained with a half science fair, half football game spectacle.
Really more about what the kids learn via the programming, the designing, and the life skills that we teach them on how to do, engineering and put these robots together. And so we're really excited to bring this to the city of Columbus so that parents and families could see what we're doing, and really what a great STEM opportunity, great opportunity for our kids.
Coming up next, we take a look at more announcements and the Nomad Arts Festival and its impact on teen entrepreneurs in Columbus.
There are 3 common myths about suicide. 1. If I ask someone if they're suicidal, it will enable them. That's not true. Talking to someone is the first step to saving a life. 2. Is that people kill themselves with no warning. In reality, there's always warning signs, you just need to look for them. 3. That once I'm suicidal, I'm always suicidal. No, there's always a chance to get help, and there's always a chance to get better. Ignorance hurts. If you or someone you love is struggling with suicidal thoughts, call the National Suicide Hotline that you see on the screen.
The Bartholomew County Council for Youth Development is looking for current 9th through 11th graders to become youth ambassadors. Information regarding the program can be found on your class's It's Learning page. If you have any questions, see Mrs. Clark in the Counseling Center.
Enrollment for BCSC summer school classes is now open. Classes are available for 8th through 12th graders. More information can be found on your class It's Learning page. If you have any questions, see your counselor.
On March 5th, Columbus Rock Gym hosted a Nomad event that housed young artists and entrepreneurs selling their products.
Columbus is widely known for its impactful architecture and art, but in Columbus, it is mainly adults creating the art around us. Nomad was created 6 years ago to end that problem and has been growing nearly every month since.
Well, Nomad is kind of an art group. It's to boost and give platforms to young artists and show art to young people. And it's based out of Columbus. It just wants to highlight the culture and things that youth can bring to the table without much adult involvement.
Many high school artists and entrepreneurs from both North and East high schools have been using each Nomad event to grow their business and to sell to larger audiences.
My brand's called Con Artist. I've been screen printing since August now. I take anything I design in Adobe Illustrator, which is a class I take at North, and I put it on shirts and I screen print. I also do some vinyl work, so I'll get vinyl with my logo and put it on clothes. Nomad's a great place to be able to show off my work and reach out to the community and show them what I've been doing.
So my mom told me that I needed to sell or get rid of some of my clothes that I have accumulated from Goodwill. So I started selling them because I knew friends would like them, and then that's how it started. Nomad lets me sell to more people my age, which helps me grow within Columbus.
Austin and Ethan are just 2 examples of the positive impact that Nomad has had on young entrepreneurs. As Nomad grows, it hopes to help even more teen artists and entrepreneurs in Columbus.
If you're an entrepreneur who wants to sell at Nomad, you can contact Ryan Kulo on Nomad's Instagram @NomadArtColumbus.
Storm spotters will be on the ground tonight documenting storms and reporting storm damages to the National Weather Service with the goal of giving live ground coverage and to ensure the safety of the public.
Palm Sunday, 1965, is Indiana's most deadly tornado outbreak, leading to massive, unrecognizable devastation. Everyday people were drastically affected by these tornadoes, not to mention the flooding, hail damages, and wind damages.
After the Palm Sunday tornado outbreak, amateur radio operators took this up as a means of an official organization to be trained on how to look at clouds, what to report back to the Weather Service.
Members of the National Weather Service would band together with the spotter program to talk to radio operators about the atmosphere, eventually teaching the public.
We give them a background in how thunderstorms form because that helps to explain what's going on. We also talk about lightning and flooding because those are significant severe weather features that actually cause more fatalities than wind damage and tornadoes.
As technology became more apparent, it made it easier for meteorologists to be able to describe the factors needed for certain types of thunderstorms and made it more accessible for everyday people.
It's expanded more, not just amateur radio operators, but the general public as well. So we want to go out, we want to train anybody that wants to learn more about weather, even if they don't want to become a spotter, if they just want to understand weather, how it acts, what to look for, how to keep your family safe. We cover all that. So it's really gauged for anyone and everyone.
And so most importantly, we want them to understand, to know how to spot safely for storms, and also how to take shelter, to be safe during severe weather. And that's the reason that we are out every spring doing this.
Safety is the number one thing with the spotter program, and to learn about how a particular storm forms or how tornadogenesis works is really helpful in this situation if it calls for it.
We also want you to be able to identify certain features that you're seeing, because that information then goes back to emergency officials in the county, and it can help let folks know and warn those that are downstream.
With a combination of the Spotter Network and the National Weather Service, it's a great gateway to learn more about the skies and to meet some new people.
It's a great way for the public to be engaged in a mission of helping protect life and property.
The Spotter program is open to everyone and is among one of the best ways to learn about severe weather and the dangers that lay wake of them.
Andrew, after you complete the class, are you required to start storm chasing or documenting storm damage?
It's nobody's goal to go storm chase or document any sort of storm. Safety is the number one thing when it comes to the Spotter program. Ensuring your safety and others will always be more important than documenting the storm. And now, with the 5-day forecast. 70s and almost 80s today with thunderstorms later tonight. Wind advisories were given to the majority of Indiana with a sustained 20 or 30 mile per hour wind. Winds could also gust up to about 50 at certain times or for short durations. So take the time to secure objects like chairs and tables and get ready to clean up some fallen branches. This wind will also last until around 8 or 9. Stronger straight line winds are also expected with this squall line to hit around 9 or 10. Small hail is possible. Thunderstorm warnings may pop up with this system, so make sure that you follow the National Weather Service for more details on weather warnings and other advisories. After the storm moves through, cloudy conditions are likely for all of Thursday, reaching only 49. And for the rest of the week, we get to see our more typical spring-like weather going more into the 50s. Back to you guys.
That's all the time we have for today. From Elena, Andrew, and the rest of the Torch TV crew, I'm Jack Burbank. Thanks for watching.
And as always, try to be the best part of someone's day.